Dragon Ball has become a very important part of a lot of people's lives. But one thing that really changed Dragon Ball as a whole was when the Saiyans were introduced. Turns out the entire time, Son Goku was always an alien, known as a Saiyan. But what is really the history of the Saiyans? How did they come to where they are today? Well, first off, they started off on a planet known as Plant. Because puns. They weren't exactly fighters, and they were easily able to be conquered by a very interesting ancestor of Frieza by the name of Chilled. Now, whether or not that's canon is up for debate. Regardless, though, we would eventually figure out that the Saiyans were once savages. They were warriors. You know how, like, cavemen are complete savages that try to take what they want through physical acts of violence? Well, that's kind of like the Saiyans, just take out some of the limited vocabulary. Once they found a ruler in that of a monster by the name of King Cold is when they started to become, I guess you could say, easily corruptible. This has been explained in further detail in the Dragon Ball Super movie, Broly, where after a while, King Cold had to retire. And when he retired, he let his son Frieza take over. They had the legend known as the Super Saiyan, which Frieza feared because the Super Saiyan was supposed to be a legendary warrior that was unable to be stopped by anybody. He figured he would have to eliminate over half the Saiyans and just have a small number left over to, at the very least, use in his control. Before that, though, there was also a legend known as the Super Saiyan God. The Super Saiyan God transformation, which I will go into further detail in another video, is basically a different legend where 5 Saiyans use their power to give a pure-hearted Saiyan godly abilities. But after the Saiyans were destroyed by Frieza, with very few left, known as Vegeta, Nappa, Raditz, Tarble, Broly, and Kakarot, with a couple other non-canon Saiyans that no one really likes to talk about. 3 of those Saiyans were left under Frieza's control. 1 was just left on a planet known as Vampa to try and survive. The other was just off-world somewhere, and Kakarot was sent to Earth. Definitely 2 different continuities into this one, because there's the Bardock the Father Goku special, and there's the Dragon Ball Super Broly movie. Bardock the Father of Goku is now retconned. The true continuity now goes to that of the Dragon Ball Super Broly intro, where we see the Saiyans and how Frieza became in control of them. Now, I know what you're all thinking. Why would they do something so stupid when they've already had Bardock be canon? Well, this is my theory, to be honest. I think this is how Frieza remembers it. He remembers a Saiyan standing up to him, willing to fight and die to protect his fellow people. However, he got some of the details wrong, or just kind of made up some of it as he went along. More than likely, he just kind of just remembered it wrong. As did and so people like Vegeta, Nappa, and Raditz heard about it being that it was a giant meteor, but Vegeta always knew. The Saiyans have these abilities known as Zenkai boosts, which allow you to go to near-death experiences, and once you're fully healed, become even stronger. They have tails to be able to transform into the mighty Ozaru form, or the Great Ape if you prefer to listen to the English dub. And the only way you can have that is if they have the power of the full moon, which has a certain concentration of a type of energy known as blood waves, and a tail. Look at the full moon, and you basically turn into a giant ape. Whether or not you can gain control or not depends on if you train yourself to be able to do so in a mental way, which Vegeta did, and potentially Nappa. But the Ozaru transformation itself has about a 10 times booster. So if you had a power level of, let's say, 24,000, you'd probably be 10 times of that. Okay, there's no probably about it, but that's not the point. Saiyans also have the ability to learn how to use their energy fairly quickly. So they have figured out how to use energy techniques, how to fly, all that fairly quickly, which has been displayed heavily by Son Goku as a child throughout his adventures in Dragon Ball. Along with that, we also discover that they may have a potential ability to change. Vegeta being a perfect example of this, because the more he spent time with Bulma and Capsule Corporation, the more he started to become I won't say softer, but at the very least, more willing to be able to defend in a way. To this day, Saiyans are able to achieve the legend of the Super Saiyan and go even further beyond that. Heck, to even godly levels, and even in some versions of the continuity, to their Super Saiyan 4 interesting looking form. The hybrid of the Ozuru and the Super Saiyan transformation rolled into one? But could they go even further beyond that? No. Saiyans have almost completely unlimited potential to become stronger. Especially those of half-breeds. They have hidden potential from the very get-go. And that's most likely from the fact that because of their emotions. And who is some of the most emotional races out there but us as humans? Okay, well, let's be real here. That's still pretty true. And Gohan was a perfect example of that when he unleashed his Super Saiyan 2 transformation against Cell, along with him being able to unleash his hidden potential and to become Ultimate Gohan. And with each battle, they seem to get even more and more battle adept, learning quickly from their mistakes, being able to figure out new and improved strategies, and just overall becoming even stronger. These people went from being complete savages, and now they're human. Well, as human as aliens like this can possibly be.